matchup. Centerburg Lady Trojans versus Mount Gilead Lady Indians.
It's ladies' night here inside of Centerburg High School, where the Lady Trojans will look to get back those winning vibes against a Mount Gilead squad hoping to earn the taste of victory for a third straight game. It's Wednesday night KMAC action exclusively on the OH Report, and it is coming your way next.
Knox is the third place I have delivered, and hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center, where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
KMAC rivals have taken the court and are ready for battle. We've got Centerburg and Mount Gilead set to tip off on the OH Report, coming up live and free right now. Good evening, folks, and welcome to Centerburg High School. My name is Brian Skronsky, joined by Travis Berardi tonight. And following a 3-2 start that featured wins in their first two games, Travis, the struggle has been real for Centerburg. Hoping to end a 9-game slide here tonight, but it's not going to be easy against the Lady Indian squad that's won 3 of their last 4. The only loss coming against an undefeated team in Cardington Lincoln, where they battled them pretty tough. So it's going to be a good matchup for both of these teams. Mount Gilead has had the run of play here of late, but early in the season we saw Centerburg show signs. So Good rivalry matchup.
Yeah, on December 5th, these two teams met. Mount Gilead won at Mount Gilead 45-39. Mount Gilead, they're only a game back from second place in the KMAC. Now we know that Cardington Lincoln, the number 2 team in Division III, undefeated, they're probably going to run away with this. But there's a fight for second place between Fredericktown, Danville, East Knox, and Mount Gilead, and it's anybody's up for grabs. And we know this year, second place, big accomplishment in the KMAC. For Centerburg, they have to limit the turnovers. They've been a turnover-prone team this year. The last 3 games, 27, 15, and 19. They got to keep it down, especially because of the height disadvantage that they're going to have tonight.
Speaking of which, we caught up with Bo Glenn before tonight's game. Here's a look at that interview with Storm Blunchley.
standing courtside with Centerburg's head coach Bo Glenn. And Coach Glenn, how does it feel, going up against a team with such a big height advantage? How do you kind of combat that, rebounding and inside scoring?
We got to use our speed. We have the advantage in speed tonight. So if we can really get after it defensively, like we know we can, then it'll help us out, on the both sides, offensive, defensive rebounds.
Alrighty, and one more quick question for you. Coming off a 9-game losing streak, how are you able to keep morale high and keep these girls focused on one thing?
It's our culture. We got to come out. We know we have to compete every day in practice. So our kids have done a great job of competing, getting better at practice, and it hurts them to lose, and they want to win bad. So they know our culture and what we expect.
Thank you very much, Coach. Back to you, Brian.
So you heard it there from head coach Bo Glenn, that clearly his team, the morale here is not down just because they have a losing streak, but they know they got a tough battle, particularly in the lane here tonight, where there are some trees growing in the middle for Mount Gilead, including Isabella Schroeder, who won the opening tip, and that's why it is Mount Gilead with possession here to kick off the night. 30 seconds already come off the clock here. And they got a nice backdoor cut, and that is going to find its way through the funnel at the bottom. Candace Millisor with the first points.
Yeah, it hit every single piece of the rim going around there. It finally falls to the floor. Centerburg, offensively, the last 3 games, not too bad shooting from the floor. Now, in those previous games before the 3, you'd see maybe a good scoring output by maybe 1 or 2. But in the last 3, everybody's pretty much at their average for the season, and they're going to need that if they want to compete with Mount Gilead tonight.
Here's the Indians with the basketball after forcing a turnover on the Lady Trojans' opening possession. And again, you see that they do so well, constantly cutting to the basket, looking for open threes, and they get one right here. It's the sophomore Madison Elson.
Couldn't have asked for a better start from Mount Gilead. 2 possessions, caused a turnover, and they've scored on each. As for Centerburg, not quite the shot you wanted to get off there.
That's the freshman Clara Johnson, who actually has been one of the bright spots for them throughout the season. Been a starter since day 1. Does some pretty nice work in the paint. Long-range jump shots, not really her game. And here's another clean look inside and more buckets. Millisor with her second timeout taken by Coach Glenn, and he is not happy with the start here, trailing 7-0.
And Mount Gilead just running a crisp offense thus far here in the first 2.5 minutes. They're patient. They're coming off their screens. They're close to those screens, so the defenders really, unable to get to them. They're getting open looks underneath the bucket.
Here's the starting lineups for tonight. Headlined for Mount Gilead by their leading scorer and senior captain, Holly Gompf. She's been fantastic this season. Madeline Elson really has been coming on strong as of late. Sophomore point guard. On the other side, I talked a little bit about Johnson. She's having a pretty nice season. Avery Tucker, Rebecca Shaw, Chloe Goulter, the leading scorer for Centerburg so far on the season. So those are the girls that are out on the floor here to start, as it was a tough first 2 minutes for the Lady Trojans, as Johnson misfires from that mid-range where she just missed a few seconds ago. Leads the Gompf, racing back the other way, and it's quickly 9-0.
I mean, Coach Glenn talking about using their speed in the pregame, but, Mount Gilead showing some speed in that transition to get the bucket.
Take one more look on our Animal Station replay, and Holly Gompf, I love the tenacious nature that she plays with. She gets after you defensively and is always running the lane, and boy, I'm not sure how you do that. 2 girls were wide open, both of them missing shots though, that being Schroeder along with Pfeiffer.
Now Centerburg, they're going to set up in that full court press. They will turn you over. They've turned everybody over, but their problem is they turn over the ball as well that many times. But Mount Gilead just easily breaking the press early on, and they've converted early on these Centerburg turnovers. We'll see if they can do it again, and asking you shall receive. Yes, they can.
First points of the night for Isabella Schroeder. So the senior into the scoring column, and balance scoring already. 4 players.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Brian.
No answer here for the Trojans, so they get an offensive board. Shot blocked, though, on the interior. That was Scholl doing the glass work.
Rebecca Scholl, she's more of a perimeter shooter, but she will go inside, get those offensive rebounds, and put them back every once in a while. So more of an outside shooter, but yeah, you do see her inside.
Lady Trojans still looking for the first points of the evening. Over 3 minutes here into the contest. Johnson, jump stop in the lane. She'll get it to fall.
And that's something that's plagued the Lady Trojans this year as well as Mount Gilead with an unforced error again.
Johnson tied up. We'll see if it's going to be a jump ball or a travel or maybe a foul. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're going to call a foul. I was thinking jump ball, looked like all ball, but referee saw something there.
And not a shooting foul, strangely enough. So Johnson
actually off.
Wow. Like that heads-up play. Wasn't able to finish off, cap it with 2. Now Goff inside, Schroeder triple teamed, and she gives it away. Lady Trojans on the leak out. But Tucker gives it right back, and you see the recovery speed there by Goff.
So Centerburg, they're calmed down a little bit on the defensive end, but they just still can't get anything going on the offensive end. And the early minutes have just not been good for the Trojans offense. In their game against Danville, they went down 16 points, started the second half, started getting that offense going, made a comeback, cut it to 4, but just couldn't finish.
And it's been the opposite story for Mount Gilead. The Lady Indians have built big, quick leads over their last several, and that's why they've won 3 of 4, and that certainly is going to help. Millisor off to a great start. She's got 3 buckets already.
Couple steals for her as well. 13-2. Mount Gilead out to an early lead.
Tucker drives to the middle. Centerburg looking to work it. That short corner's been open for them. They just haven't been able to hit shots from there, but they will head to the free throw line. Allie Beekman, the junior, fouled on the shot attempts. Another look at Millisor's basket.
That was Millisor with the foul. Her first, team's second.
That one clings around off the iron and eventually finds its way through.
Got them both.
So Beekman just a 50% free throw shooter so far collectively on the year. Delivers on both right there. Trims the deficit back down to 9. Elson, though, steps into one, back iron, and it's one and done. Rebounded by Ross.
Yeah, Mount Gilead just with ease able to break this press by Centerburg. Just unable to convert there, and Beekman, 4 straight points for her.
I like the setup, too, though, by Rebecca Scholl. Drew the defender on her, double-teamed, finds the open man, and to her credit, Beekman steps up, knocks it down.
And already Beekman's doubled her season average.
And they're going to need a few girls to step up to the occasion and do just that, Travis. They need to find a spark, maybe somebody who's coming off of the bench and puts up double figures points, someone that you're not expecting. Trojans need to definitely get some type of a lift, I think, here tonight to try to end this long losing streak. You don't want that thing to go to double digits.
Yeah, definitely. In their game against Danville, that second half, they actually had really balanced scoring. 3 girls with 8 points, 1 with 7, 2 with 6, 1 with 4. Still weren't able to pull out the victory because Danville had 3 in double figures, but that's a good start at least for them to have such balanced scoring.
Off the miss, Trojans pushing the pace. Scholl got her pocket picked. Goff got a hand on it. Millisor came away with the rock. Now Elson sizing up the defender, gives it off to Goff, cuts through.
So 6 turnovers already for Centerburg.
And that's right about their season average, though. I mean, they turn it over around 25 times per game. Elson misfiring. Offensive board to Kylie Irwin, who just checked in. Kick out, another three. Can't find its target. Third time's a charm for Goff. Rainbow shot, no good. And Millisor looked like she was going to have a clean offensive board, ran into her own teammate.
You remember when you played 21, two bounce out, out in the park? That feels like what Mount Gilead was doing. Just get the rebound, run it back out, shoot another three. Get the rebound, run it back out, shoot the three.
Came up empty, though, with those 4 shot attempts as Scholl got her shot whacked out of there.
Nice save by Goldturd, but can't come up with it.
So Lady Trojans give it away again. Quick hustle there into the passing lane. Ross disrupts it. There's another nice look at the feed from Scholl, splitting the double team, and that's the best half-court look that we've seen so far from the Trojans.
Yeah, and after that first onslaught by Mount Gilead, Centerburg able to calm down. They're only down 7 here, under a minute left here in the opening quarter. Whew, that's tough right there.
Turnovers piling up. Mount Gilead, though, just with a 7-point advantage, so they haven't been able to capitalize on this turnover onslaught here that they've been able to force. Goff with the rainbow again, this time well short, but last touched by the Lady Trojans and Tucker.
Yeah, that's just unlucky. That almost hit the rafters on that shot.
That's her style. It's a bit unorthodox, but she's actually the best three-point shooter on the team.
And I think it caught Tucker off guard because it came up so short, allowing Mount Gilead to retain possession here with 32.7 left in the first quarter. If you're Coach Bo Glenn right now after that start, if you can keep it to within 7 points here at the end of the quarter and maybe cut into it a little bit more, at least keep it within 10 by the half, that's a win for Centerburg because they've shown in the last couple games they can start making a run there in the second half.
Left wide open in the paint and delivering is Irwin, a player who I love the energy that she brings off of the bench. She's got a nice big wide body. She knows how to use it, but she's a high energy player. She's got a big motor for them. So she comes in, she plays a few big minutes like you see right there, creating the turnover as she disrupted the pass attempt. Certainly plays a great role off the bench as a senior.
I mean, you love to see that from players that they know they aren't going to get that much playing time, but when they are in, they give it their 110%.
That one just off the mark at the horn, so at the end of one, it's a 9-point cushion for Mount Gilead. They lead it 15-6. You're watching live and free high school hoops exclusively on the OH Report.
Knox is the third place I have delivered, and hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
Lady Trojan basketball as we open up second quarter action here at Centerburg, where right now the home team is trailing by 9. Hot start from Mount Gilead right now. Has them out in front. My name is Brian Skronsky, joined by Travis Berardi tonight, and at the half we will go back inside the eye of the storm. Storm Blunchley is going to break down his perspective from on the sideline for us, so make sure that you stay tuned, get excited for that. But for now, for Centerburg, boy, it's been the same old story, right, Travis? Almost double-digit turnovers in one quarter, and you saw Coach Glenn was frustrated, but even though they turned it over 9 times, Mount Gilead didn't step on their throat and at least take them out of the game early.
It was what, an 8-9-0 lead when it was 7-0 when Coach Glenn called that timeout. But he calmed down the troops after that because ever since,
hanging
it's
tough.
8-6. So, you know, they survived that early onslaught, but now it's just they have to score the bucket. Their leading scorer, Allie Beekman, she averages 2.9 per game. She leads the team with 4. So they're going to have to get the offense going here if they want to cut into this lead some more. And that's not going to help.
Shot. Yeah, Tucker into traffic. Tried to force it up over a double team. Came up short. And so here come the Lady Indians. Kampf left all alone. Plenty of space. Can't connect. Offensive board, though, brought down by the freshman Thomas. And she'll earn a trip for 2.
And there's that height advantage right there for you, Brian. Golter was there in position, but just too tall is Thomas.
First attempt for Thomas. Goes through. So it's a double-digit lead for the first time here tonight. And Aubrey splashes the second one. That was pure. Nice touch there by the 9th grader. So Centerburg, can they get their act together here offensively? It has been chaotic. It looks like girls are missing their assignments, and
Golter just ran into her own teammate right there.
Gomf, she's got a quick trigger, but boy, I think she's 0 for 5 from downtown so far to start the game. Good look, but an even better swat coming from the backside. The freshman again. Now Irwin, too deep.
Wow.
Too big, too strong. Get out of the way.
And Coach Glenn's going to have to call another timeout. I mean, Golter, good defense there, keeping in front of her, keeping her hands up, but, you know, Irwin, she didn't mind that. Still muscled her way to the hoop for the bucket.
Watch this perfect placement right here.
It was just
ka-ching.
She got that little distance with the one arm, didn't push off, but, you know, created that distance, and then with the hand just flicked it up.
And she was in my MVP candidates when they knocked off Danville at their place last week. She came off the bench and I think started like a perfect 5 for 5. Is that high energy motor that they bring in off the bench, typically the first player off the bench for them. And as a senior, you know, she wants it a little bit more than your average player. So I really like what number 23 brings to the floor in purple.
And it's great to have a player like that, especially if you get off to a slow start. She can provide that spark to get things going. And thus far, I mean, she's got a couple big buckets because Centerburg had this down to 7. She scored 4 of the past 6 points to extend the lead back out to 13.
It's a 4-0 run so far for the Lady Indians to start quarter number 2. So Centerburg, like they did in the first, starting off very slow offensively, and the decision-making is just not there right now for the Lady Trojans. Everything seems forced as that one rattles in and out for Thomas.
Yeah, that's been a problem all year for them, just telegraphing passes. They start their offense off the same way pretty much every time, and after a couple possessions, the defense just sits right there and gets the interception, and it's happened a couple times tonight. Thomas going to be called for her first foul, team's third.
Off the drive and somewhat bailed out there. She ran into a couple of defenders, was Amelia Smith.
It was supposed to be a handoff, but Coach Scott yelling handoff, so Amelia Smith just says, I'll keep it myself and take it to the hole, and she got bailed out and will shoot 2.
Smith drills the first. 52% on the season from the charity stripe. And an opportunity to close the gap down to 11. She'll do just that. And for the Lady Trojans to get back into this game, they're going to have to start turning over Mount Gilead. They've done a pretty nice job of it, but they've given it back one too many times. So we'll see if defense can fuel an offensive spurt here for the Trojans. But in the half-court set, Mount Gilead's been pretty dangerous, man.
Oh, in and out for that one. But yeah, Centerburg did get a couple turnovers, but they'll immediately turn it back over, which pretty much makes things moot. And then
case and point. Aubrey Thomas with the left hand. The freshman with the theft, and she coasts it in for 2.
She's going to get 5 to 10 for petty thefts right there.
Just 2. Just 2 on that one, Travis.
Oh my.
Swap party on the perimeter for the freshman. Triple on the way. Smith comes up short, and the rebound secured by Irwin.
Man, Thomas, all the momentum right now for Mount Gilead. Getting the steal, the bucket, the block. What else is she going to do here in the next couple seconds?
Looked like she's setting the screen in the lane. Tried to free up Elson to take it all the way to the cup. Lost the handle, though.
6th turnover for Mount Gilead.
Can Centerburg cash in at the other end? They will. 3-ball goes home.
Goulter, leading scorer, 11.2 points per game. She's averaging 10 points in her past 3. They're going to need a little more than that if they want to get back into this. 10-point game. And we got a walk.
Ooh, it's actually going to be a foul on the arm. It's going to go.
Are they going to call it intentional?
Chloe Goulter picked up the personal. I wish we had a microphone on the referee. I'd love to hear the explanation. If they are calling an intentional foul, well, it's going to go against Mount Gilead,
no,
rather.
They're calling it against Mount Gilead. Okay.
Sorry. So the other 20, it's going to go against Aubrey Thomas, who just had that really nice stretch.
Maybe an elbow, an inadvertent. I don't know. I mean.
Well, look at Bob Scott. If we can get a shot of him, he's got his hands on his head. He's rolling down the sideline. He's astonished. There he is, wandering around, wondering what just happened. So Centerburg catches a break, I would say. They get a point out of it, but even more importantly is they're going to get possession here.
Yeah, that's a huge break, especially after Goulter hits the 3, cuts it to 10. Now she gets 1 and 2, makes it 9. This can get back to at least maybe a 7 or a 6-point game. It's a huge momentum swing midway through the second.
So here comes Chloe across the timeline. Looking to get into a set play. Instead, she turns the corner, finds some space, threads the needle. Smith back iron. Offensive rebound in the kick out. 0 for 2 on the shot attempts on that possession as Tucker.
Those are 2 good looks as well.
Yeah, she couldn't find it, even though she was wide open from about 10 feet.
So Mount Gilead, after the intentional, they really escape with only losing 1 point on their lead.
Goulter, like a speedboat, end-to-end, misfired on the layup attempt. And now Johnson getting dirty down on the floor, trying to create some chaos, but last touched by Clara.
You know, Coach Glenn telling me these girls, this is their second sport. These are volleyball players, these are cross-country players, softball players. The effort is there. You see them going 100% each way. It's just they have to still get into that basketball mentality. That's why you see these turnovers, a couple, some of these missed layups that others would make, some forced shots. It's just because they have to get into that basketball mentality because they are, this is their second sport, you would say.
The effort right here. Will it turn into a turnover? Elson tied up.
Arrow will stay with Mount Gilead. But once again, there's that effort right there. They're not afraid to get on the floor, go after those loose balls.
Only thing the Trojans are really lacking, they need solid ball handler that can just initiate the offense, just get them started, and then they're pretty decent in the half court. It's just that first initial entry pass for them. It seems like it's about 50-50 if they're going to be able to start.
Yeah, exactly, Brian. I mean, Goulter, she just needs a little more time at the point position. She is a junior, so we'll see if she can develop a little bit more this year and the next year.
Beautiful. Ball work right there leads to an open look. Off target, though, from Caitlin Pfeiffer. Off the leak out, a lot of contact. And that's going to put Stella Weisbrod on the free throw line.
That's very nice transition there. Weisbrod just taking off after the rebound, getting ahead of the defense, and it's a good pass right to her in stride, and she'll go to the line for 2.
Only shooting 40% so far in the season from the free throw line. First one, back iron, goes in. Trying to make it a 7-point margin. She goes 2 for 2, so Lady Trojans hanging around here. These last 2.5 minutes going to be interesting. Mount Gilead's going to push it up. Pfeiffer got loose, and Lady Indians have really not had any problems with the full court pressure. Matter of fact, they've got a lot of clean looks. That one over the top, too strong from Weisbrod.
Yeah, it's a point where Centerburg will get a bucket, but then they're not fast enough to get back, allowing Mount Gilead to get out to these transition buckets.
Off the offensive board, Schroeder misfired on the putback attempt. Thought that might have got tipped. Instead, it's just well off the mark. And this is what we've seen a few times tonight, where not one, but 2 players get behind the defense, and that's a cardinal sin if you're trying to run full court pressure. But it's happened to Centerburg, by my count, at least 3 times so far.
Yeah, Coach Glenn, talking to me before the game, said they can do it perfectly in spurts, but they just have to get this full court press together for a full game, and they could be lethal. But right now, they're doing it in spurts, getting some turnovers, but then on the other end, they're allowing easy buckets as well. Oh, nice spin move. Oh,
lost possession, though. Did Millisor. Gomph off the hustle. Tried to tiptoe her way back in bounds, and must have not taken enough ballet classes as a young person.
I think she was watching a little mixtape tour before coming out here, going spin move around the back, but gives the Lady Trojans another chance, down 9.
Centerburg guards push way out wide now from the free throw stripe. Kicked out, and the jump shot will fall for Avery Tucker. Good sign here for Centerburg, who have had a lot of looks from exactly that range. I think that's about the first time they've made one.
Beautiful ball movement. Got it inside to the free throw line. That opened things up around the perimeter, and they got the bucket.
Scholl blew by the defender, made a nice move, got bumped on the body, so free throws starting to pile up here for Centerburg. They're being aggressive, and they're earning themselves a chance to get back into this game at the free throw line.
Yeah, right now, 7 of 8 from the line. It's kept them in it.
Cash money on the first offering right there for Rebecca. Scholl, one of the better free throw shooters on the team, 61%. This time comes up short. Schroeder rips it down. Down to 1 minute to go in the first half, and man, easy giveaway that time from Gomph. It looked like she maybe just lost control.
And then we'll get a foul, so more free throws coming.
Yeah, team foul number 8. 1-and-1 opportunity for Chloe Golter. Chloe averaging a shade over 11 points per contest. She's got 5 so far in this ball game. And Centerburg starting to show some fight. They've been aggressive offensively and doing a lot of damage here at the free throw line. They're right back in this game. 2 possessions is the differential at this point.
And if you're head coach Bo Glenn, this is exactly where you want to be right now. After the very slow start that they had, not only to the first quarter, but to the second quarter.
Man.
And once again,
Kylie Irwin all alone. She's up to 6 points now. And I'm not sure how Centerburg is getting out of position that badly. but it's burned them quite a few times in this first half. Tough looking shot, well off balance from the corner.
Yeah, that one was forced, especially with 30 seconds left. You want to move it around, maybe get the last shot off.
Irwin flexing on him inside, missed a couple of shot attempts, now Gomph the rainbow. Can't find no Skittles at the other end, tracked down.
3 offensive rebounds here for Mount Gilead.
Now Holly off the penetration, fouled on the floor though, just a 4th team foul for Centerburg, so no free throws coming Holly's way. And a defensive sub coming in, Amelia Smith. Allie Beekman sits down.
That was Beekman's second.
See what the Tribe get here. Coming right down the middle was Irwin. And she's just a physical, dominant player with a head of steam there. See if she can show some touch at the free throw line.
Yeah, very nice look off the inbounds pass. Had a head of steam going to the bucket, gets fouled.
Kylie, nothing but the bottom right there.
Leads all scorers now with 7.
Makes it 26-19 on our Park National Bank scoreboard. Kylie off target, another offensive board. They go back inside to her. Came up short with the shot attempt. Johnson the heave at the horn, not even close. So at the end of 2, just a 7-point game. Looked like Mount Gilead might run away with it, but the Trojans answer back. They deliver a counter punch, and it's just 26-19 at the half. We will step aside. When we come back, we are going to take you inside the eye of the storm, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. We'll also break down the first half stats, get you ready for half number 2. Keep it locked in, live and free. Girls High School Hoops returns right after this.
I'm glad we saved money with that discount agent. I don't know why nobody else wanted this place.
Knox is the 3rd place I have delivered. And hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
It's halftime here at Centerburg High, where right now the Lady Trojans trail, visiting Mount Gilead 26-19 in this KMAC showdown. My name is Brian Skronsky. This is Travis Berardi. But oh my gosh, what is that? Is that a stiff breeze or something coming through? I can't control myself because we're going to take you right now into the eye of the storm.
Thank you very much, Brian. And for the eye of the storm tonight for Mount Gilead, a lot of good ball movement. Looks like a lot of mini Magic Johnsons out here moving the rock around, getting the open shots, never forcing anything, especially against this press that Centerburg has put in. And on the other end of the court, Centerburg with a lot of turnovers. So it's been a little back and forth here going into the end of the second. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of this one plays out. But that's all the eye of the storm saw for the first half. Back to you, Brian.
Thank you very much, Storm, and always love going inside the eye of that storm to get his perspective from down there on the floor. Storm Blunchley tearing it up tonight, and a lot of conversation before the game about his shirt and if it was cool or if it was not cool. So why don't you drop us a comment? Let us know, how do you feel about Storm's activewear tonight? Do you like the golf shirt? I'm really curious to find out.
I like to call him Tin Cup.
It's a great movie. Love that movie.
Love the movie.
All right, here's our first half statistics. And when you break it down here, Travis, tell me about some of the numbers that really pop out. What are you seeing?
Well, as usual, turnovers. Mount Gilead only with 11. Centerburg's turned Mount Gilead over 11 times, but they've turned it over themselves 14 times. The problem all season with them, they'll create turnovers, but more likely than not, on the same possession, they'll turn it right back over and get nothing out of it. Fouls, good in Centerburg's case this time. I know against Danville, Chloe Golter, she started to get going scoring-wise, but then picked up her fourth foul really quick in the third quarter, had to sit out. That was one of the main reasons that comeback came just too short with Danville. But this time, nobody really in foul trouble on either side. Thomas with 2 for Mount Gilead, Beekman with 2 for Centerburg. Threes, Mount Gilead taking a lot of threes, Brian, but just unable to hit. Shooting just 8% from beyond the arc, and Holly Gompf has accounted for just about every single one of those three-point attempts. She is still over. Can't buy a bucket from out there. 17% from three-point range so far for Centerburg. And inside of the lane, that is where the Lady Indians have done their best work. They're shooting 45% from 2, just 21% in the lane so far for Centerburg. So utilizing that height advantage inside certainly has been the ticket, the recipe for success for Mount Gilead up to this point. And on the offensive glass, it's been all Mount Gilead, 8-2. However, other than that, defensive boards, 13-11 in favor of Centerburg. So Centerburg kind of sticking around there despite the height advantage.
Offensive rebounds, just a couple for Centerburg. So we'll see if they can get some second chance opportunities in the second half and capitalize on them. They are certainly going to need to do so, trailing right now by a touchdown. It's 26-17. We're going to step away. We'll be back. Third quarter action is on the way, live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
I'm glad we saved money with that discount agent. I don't know why nobody else wanted this place.
Knox is the third place I have delivered, and hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center, where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
Welcome back to Centerburg High School, where we're taking you out to the ball game, taking you out with the crowd. There they are, the home fans here at Centerburg. Socially distanced, masked up, doing their part. So we appreciate you all doing your thing, as we are just about set for third quarter action. 30 seconds away, to be exact. Brian Skronsky, Travis Berardi with you, and Storm Blunchley down on the court tonight. And even though we unfortunately don't have everybody's favorite segment, the Fan Zone, going tonight, I did open up the Facebook feed, so drop me a comment, and I will at least respond verbally to you guys out there. Let me know who you're cheering for, where are you watching tonight's game from, and I will comment back and let you know how things are going here.
Individual scoring for that first half, Brian. Kylie Irvin, her off the bench, 7 points, leads all scores.
Nice.
Candace Millizer with 6. Aubrey Thomas off the bench with 4. Elson with the only 3 points. Gomp with 2, and Pfeiffer with 2. As Mount Gilead comes out with that defensive rebound.
I like the move, though, right off the bat by Chloe Goulter, getting to the 10, but Elson back irons the 3-ball, offensive board, and the putback. It's Millisor picking up just like how she started to begin the game with 6 quick points. Now she's got 8.
3 defenders around her, and she just jumps right to the ball, grabs it out of the air, comes back down for the bucket.
Trojans, nice ball movement here. Goulter, the 3-ball, airballed it.
We're going to say it's a pass. We'll say it's a pass, Brian.
So passes it to Tucker, so it's back out to her.
Ooh, another telegraph pass, Brian.
Yep, and Holly Gompf coached that one in end to end. Pushes her up to just 4 points. She averages about 14 per contest.
And that lead back up to double digits. So once again, Centerburg with problems starting a quarter.
Clara Johnson off the drive, poked away. 2 turnovers for Centerburg already. Gompf again, deja vu, back to the right side, and she's got layups on consecutive possessions.
And Coach Glenn, after that turnover, you might be seeing a timeout coming up here soon.
That was good stuff by Millisor just to keep it in bounds, but then they don't even get off the shot attempt there. Great look underneath, but a travel.
Just an extra step there by Smith. And that hurts, because that kind of would cut down that Mount Gilead momentum to start the third quarter. You get a bucket there, you get it back to an 11-point game, but now it's a turnover.
Full court, man-to-man pressure being assessed here by the Trojans. Elson cuts her way through. Now gets it to Gompf. Way high off the glass. And look at the speed of Goulter racing back the other way.
Shot out of a cannon there, Brian. At midcourt, she was even with 2 defenders, and by the time she got to the bucket, she was about 4 feet ahead.
Heard about a lot of players over the years that are just faster when they have the basketball in their hands. Chloe Goulter might be one of those type of athletes.
And the ability to finish going at full speed as well. It's not that easy going full speed and just trying to easily lay the ball off the glass.
We're going to get a hold here before Thomas initiated the throw-in.
And if that's against Beekman, that's her 3rd. And it is.
First foul here on either side of half number 2. Elson had to pick up her dribble, but able to find an outlet.
Centerburg does a good job of getting the trap. It's just picking up that extra pass across court. That's what's hurt Centerburg in their defensive structure. That's what allows Mount Gilead to get these easier looks. Ooh, what a take.
And one opportunity on the way. Thomas missed the 3, Had it kicked back out to her off the offensive board from Millisor, and this time she delivers.
She can extend this to the largest lead of the night for Mount Gilead. But can't.
So Lady Trojans trailing by 13. They've had such slow starts to every quarter here tonight, and it continues once again as we're already 3 minutes in to quarter number 3. Just 2 points right now for them. Tried to force it inside to Johnson, and you can hear Coach Glenn yelling to Tucker, just shoot the ball, because she was wide open.
Yeah, they try to make too many passes. I know not many coaches, nice shot there by Elson. Not many coaches say that a lot. You want to get that extra pass underneath the bucket, but Centerburg just one too many causes the turnover.
This time it's a nice look, but coming over, putting some gravy on the mashed potatoes right there was Mount Gilead. 2 players, I think, got a piece of that one.
Yeah, that's a double block.
Runner is an air ball. Saved back in bounds. And Elson, back-to-back jump shots, go through the bottom of the net. She's heating up.
That's a nice little touch on the runner for her. Now 2 scorers with 7 points for Mount Gilead and Millisor with 8. So Indians starting to pull away here midway through the third.
They definitely have thrown a big gut punch here to the Lady Trojans to come out of the break, as they've extended this thing out to 17, and
a 12-2 run to start here, Brian.
Just offense doesn't look crisp for Centerburg, and hasn't really at any point tonight, but at some point, if they want to try to get back in this game, they're going to have to knock down some shots. Certainly they're going to have to try to take open looks when they get them, like Coach Glenn said, certainly from the perimeter.
Well, they're also, I think they're just trying to force one. They're just trying to force one too many passes, and that's what's really hurt them. Open looks, a couple times they've ignored a couple open looks here to start the third quarter. A couple of 3-point attempts as well to drive it in. They like to drive it in and get that little pass through 3 defenders. They've threaded the needle a couple times, but more likely than not tonight, it's gone to the defense.
And I understand they don't really have a knockdown 3-point shooter on this team, but at the same time, now with the score differential where it's at and the amount of time that is remaining, I think they're going to have to try to find some confidence from beyond the perimeter. So we'll see what Centerburg is able to do here offensively. They're going to set things up right away. Golter, here it is. That one spun out, and then the rebound to Elson, pushing the pace. It's a 2-on-3. Elects to slow it down. Wise move.
Yeah, Rebecca Scholl in this game, only 1 point. She's another one of those 3-point threats for Centerburg, and I don't believe she's even attempted a 3 yet tonight.
Thomas, great setup. One of the few misses by Irwin. Still battling inside. And last touch by Clara. It's going to be Mount Gilead basketball.
So 2 more offensive rebounds from Mount Gilead. They're already in double figures here, but just another one of those possessions where they get the offensive rebounds. A couple of them just couldn't convert.
They've definitely owned the lane here tonight, though that scoop shot comes up well short for Candace Millisor. Nice take, aggressive at least for Avery Tucker, and this is how Centerburg was able to get back into the game in the first half. Aggressive drive, straight line to the cup. They weren't able to finish very many of them, but they did a lot of work at the free throw line, and here's a chance for 2 more.
Yeah. Not taking it to the hole and then trying to pass it off for that extra pass. You're taking it to the hole looking to score, and that's what's helped them out.
Still a 17-point differential with the first free throw off the mark. And Tucker comes up empty right there. And for Centerburg, you can't have too many more of those.
Mount Gilead just happy getting that offense. 5-6 passes before even looking at the bucket, running a lot of time off. Big lead for them. Perfect look. Oh, just couldn't finish.
Irwin on back-to-back possessions. Got set up by a sophomore for an easy one, but she could not come through. And that's kind of unfortunate right there that Goulter lost the handle. She was about to have a 5-on-2, basically.
Yeah, a little bit of a frustration foul there by Holly Gompf. Pretty much just ran into Goulter there, which actually might have helped out,
smart.
like you said. That's only Gompf's second foul. And the second team foul of the half. Ooh, nearly a turnover.
Yeah, look at how aggressive Mount Gilead is trying to get into these passing lanes, get these steals, and get out on the run. Here's Clara Johnson, deep 2. And last tipped out of bounds by Centerburg.
And that's Johnson's sweet spot, is that corner. Pretty much from the three-point arc, about 5 feet in. That's her sweet spot. That's where you'll see her take a lot of shots. She just hasn't been able to convert on those tonight.
Off the deep bomb, it's collected by Elson. Just going to pull it out, try to get into their offensive set, and the half-court game has been swell so far throughout the night for Mount Gilead. They turn it over this time, though, off the entry pass. Goulter diving, keeps it alive. Johnson, pull-up J short, collects her own miss. And Goff wanted to get on the leak out, try to initiate the transition.
That was a bit of an ugly 20 seconds there by both sides. Playing a little soccer. Whew.
So it was a bit sloppy there for the last couple of, if you want to call those, possessions.
Under a minute and a half left here in the third.
And Lady Trojans still sitting on 2 points here for the frame.
In their game against Fredericktown, they scored 3 points to open up the game in the first quarter, trailed 12-3. Against Northmore in the first quarter, only put up 5 points. However, they only trailed 7-5 in that game.
Gompf pushing the pace back the other way, step through. Came up short on the shot attempt. Johnson with the rebounds. Now the Trojans, will they get an easy one? They will inside. One of the few clean looks they've had from point-blank range like that.
And Olivia Ross gets into the book. Back to a 15-point game. And they get the turnover.
Ross gets bumped to the floor. So 38 seconds here for Centerburg to try to chop down at this lead just a little bit more. And scoring has been so challenging for them. I mean, it's hard to look at the scoreboard, see them down by 15, and think that they'd be able to make some type of comeback. But points right here certainly at least will help the case.
I've seen them, however, in the last game against Danville, they scored, I believe, 7 or 9 points in a 45-second span just because they were able to get turnovers and quick layups. That's what they're going to have to do in the fourth quarter if they do want to have a chance at coming back in this game.
See if they can get some open looks from 3. Instead, it's a nice drive. Kick out. Inside. Put up off the mark. Offensive board, and Johnson misses too. So now it's going to be Mount Gilead with a chance for the final possession here of quarter 3 as Elson calls off the screen, now down to 3 seconds. Madeline gives it off. Irwin just after the horn. And so we will head to the fourth with Mount Gilead on top, 38-23. You're watching live and free high school hoops exclusively on the OH Report.
Knox is the third place I have delivered, and hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
It is money time here at Centerburg, where we have reached the fourth quarter of play, and we're going to kick things off with 6 seconds. And how about a turnover from Mount Gilead here to initiate the action?
Like I said, Centerburg, they need to get turnovers and get buckets off of those turnovers if they want to get back into it. How about midway through that third quarter, a 12-2 run by Mount Gilead. Mount Gilead didn't score again after that, although still outscored Centerburg 12-4 to keep this 15-point lead.
Here's Goulter from the foul line. Confidently steps into one. They're going to need a lot more of that.
She's now in the double figures with 10, the only player in this game with double figures right now.
Elson down the sideline. Would love to have seen Johnson try to cut her off there. Madeline puts one up in the lane and comes down with her own miss. We're going to get a warning here on Coach Bob Scott, I believe. Must have said something that hurt the officials' feelings. Mount Gilead, though, is going to maintain possession. Nice tip there. Quick hands from Stella Weisbrod. And as I update my Facebook feed here, I see that we did have a few comments roll in. See Mike Goff is watching. Jory Skoronsky likes the shirt that Storm is wearing. Linda Mendoza watching from Willard, Ohio, per usual. Hello, Linda. Cheering on the OH Report announcers. Cherry Irwin says, "Go Lady Indians." Kimberly Hollingsworth, also an Indians fan. She likes number 14, Caitlin Pfeiffer. And good luck to the Lady Indians, says Millie Sue. That's an awesome name. So thank you guys for touching base with me.
You know, I think I know why he got a warning. I think Coach Scott made a comment about Storm's shirt, and the referee heard it and probably gave him the warning.
Do you think that he complimented the shirt?
Well, if it's a warning, it probably not.
So he was cutting down the shirt.
I guess maybe.
And the official likes the shirt.
I'd have to probably say that's what it is. That'd be my only reasoning why he would get a warning for something verbal. Because you know those refs, they're hard, thick-skulled. They can take those sticks and stones to them, right?
Yeah, I mean you gotta be to have that job, and that's one.
Yes. Oh, I wouldn't. I honestly, people ask me, why don't you referee? It's easy money. No, it's not. It's a tough
very
job.
tough job. And I would say, especially now in the COVID era, with so few fans in here, as Goulter, she's got two quick ones here. Trim down the deficit to 11. But, man, you hear everything that these parents say.
And another turnover from Mount Gilead. And just like that's an 11-point game. And with a bucket here, Centerburg can cut this into single digits.
And if you are Centerburg, you just have to give the ball to number 20 and just say, just take over. Because nobody else is really knocking down shots at this point. I think you got to find Chloe and just ride her to the promised land, though this will help.
2 offensive rebounds. They're taking a little bit out of the Mount Gilead playbook there.
Goulter is going to be called for the foul off the bump.
That's only her first.
Here's another look on the Animal Station replay. Avery Tucker from inside, and nobody boxing out. A lot of standing around and watching for Mount Gilead here. They have allowed the Lady Trojans to at least make this thing interesting, like right away here in this fourth quarter, which is exactly what Centerburg needed.
Oh,
but that's a bomb from the corner.
Millisser now with 11 points.
Huge shot from the sophomore.
Up to 12 points now for their lead.
And I think just the second made 3 so far for Mount Gilead.
Yep, that would be correct.
And now Millisor with the defensive board. Gov, per usual, always pushing the pace. Turns the corner, shot blocked by Goulter. They're going to have numbers 5 on 3. Millisor stepping in the way. But the leak out in the left hand, it's good from Wisebroad. So back down to 10. And the pace starting to pick up here in the fourth quarter.
And that's going to benefit Centerburg because we're going to get a blocking call there. Don't know who it's on, if it's either Beekman or Golter. So we take a look at that transition bucket for the Lady Trojans. Foul's going to go against Golter, her second.
If Centerburg can take care of the basketball, they certainly would love for the tempo to pick up in this fourth quarter. It would certainly increase their chances of being able to try to get back into this one as Thomas is up off the bench. She is checked back in for Mount Gilead. Pfeiffer's out. And Goff goes 2 for 2. Timeout taken by Coach Scott.
It's going to be a full timeout, I believe. Now, for the Centerburg folks on Facebook and YouTube that'd like to leave comments, I want to know this. I was talking to Brian on the drive down here. Centerburg, center of Ohio. Is there like a plaque or a marker or something that marks the exact center of Ohio? Because I know you can do that. You have GPS and everything now. Is there a spot here in Centerburg that marks the exact center of Ohio? I would like to know that. If you know that, anybody, please comment in the comments section, because it's just it'd be a cool place to go see while we're down here this season. To, get a little, hey, we're right in the exact center of the state of Ohio.
And the nickname for this great city is the heart of Ohio, Travis. That's what Centerburg
so maybe
is considered.
Maybe it's a plaque of a heart. You never know. I don't know. Maybe a little heart inside the state of Ohio. We don't know. Let us know. And let us know where you're watching from. You may not be in the heart of Ohio, but you can be watching anywhere. You can be watching in the heart of West Virginia, the heart of California, because we bring this to you live and free.
So out of the timeout, it's going to be Lady Trojans ball. 5.5 minutes to go. They are going to have to be very efficient at the offensive end. Goulter lost the handle, though, that time. Bodies flying all over the floor. And it ends up back into the hands of Centerburg.
Whew, almost a walk.
Here's Johnson from that sweet spot. Block party on the perimeter and make it 2. 2 blocks on that possession for Mount Gilead.
And those are tough blocks from behind. Not getting the foul, not hitting the arm, getting an all ball on both. Very impressive.
Thomas was able to bail him out there, coming over heads up play. Goff lost possession.
Both teams now with 16 turnovers.
Pull up, missed. And then off the kick out, deflected back inside. Volleyballed up, and Mount Gilead collects.
Refs are letting them play. I like that.
You see, just looking to trap everywhere now are the Lady Trojans, as they got to start creating some chaos, try to get Mount Gilead to play fast. And we've seen on the perimeter, and Goff especially has kind of surprised me. She's been a little undisciplined with some of her passes here tonight for the senior, just trying to get too aggressive at moments. Johnson tried to read the passing lane.
Nice ball movement.
And it leads to Kylie Irwin for 2 off the square. She's up to 9 on the night.
Back up to a 14-point game exactly midway through the fourth.
And for Centerburg, who did have it trimmed down to a 9-point deficit, they have cooled off here at the offensive end. Need to find a spark. This would help, but Goulter misfires. Rebounded Thomas, who's pushing ahead. Millisar looked like she tried to nutmeg the defender. And then Irwin just missed that one.
Hit every piece of the rim.
Goulter pull up Jay. Misfired and tipped out of bounds last off the hand of Beekman.
We're getting down to the point where if Mount Gilead can get a bucket or two, that might be the nail in the coffin, especially with the lack of scoring on the Centerburg side here in the last couple minutes. But they get the turnover. No, they don't.
Thomas swings it. Millisor using just about every inch of the rim. It comes off. Thomas, though, with the rebound. And we've got a tie-up. Possession arrow favors Centerburg. So the Lady Trojans are going to get the rock back. And, boy, do they need to get to work in a hurry at the offensive end. I think 45 might hold up here for Mount Gilead.
Unless Centerburg can start hitting a couple threes real quick or get a few turnovers that lead to immediate buckets.
I mean, they've got clean looks from three if they want them from pretty much everywhere but straight away.
Their past 3 games, they've scored 30, 39, and 42, or 49.
Nice head fake leading to the jumper. Goulter pulling down an offensive board. Somehow stepped around the defender. Nice athletic play. And Johnson back irons it. Cold spell shooting right now coming through Centerburg. And I think Schroeder got a piece of that one.
Yeah, tough night for Johnson. Only 2 points, and that was coming off a layup. And that spot that she likes to take it from, she's, I believe, like 0, 4, or 5 tonight. She's averaging almost 7 points a game. So that hurts when you can't get production from that.
That's going to go off the leg of Clara Johnson. Still the season of giving for Centerburg. It hasn't ended here in the new year, Travis.
And once again, yeah, they force turnovers, but they give it back just as much.
Schroeder, quick release.
Only 1 3 tonight by Centerburg as well. And when you're going up against a team that has the height advantage, it's not going to end well.
Wide open look from outside. But the shooting woes continue. Tucker can't make that one. Millisor spinning, missing. Gumpf can't clean it up. And offensively, both teams, it's really taken a dive here in this latter portion of the fourth quarter.
So looking like Mount Gilead is going to stay with those second-place teams in the KMAC. This will take them to 6-4 and 9-4 overall. And they'll keep pace with Fredericktown, Danville, and East Knox, both with 3 losses in conference.
Goulter well off the mark with that one.
And you just see the frustration in her face tonight, too.
Well, she's been the only one offensively that has got any type of a spark. 12 points tonight for Goulter. I don't think anybody else has more than 4, right?
You're correct. 3 players with 4, 2 with 2, and 1 with 1.
Isabella Schroeder's had a quiet offensive night. They have not needed her to do much scoring, even though she averaged in double figures. But, boy, big swat right there as she came over from the weak side. There's Gumpf with a pretty finish at the rim.
I'll give her 10 points tonight.
And she has been a volume shooter in this one. Those 10 points, I bet she's probably put it up 20-plus times.
Oh,
wow.
My goodness.
Looking like a
That's
volleyball
an explanation
player.
point to end the game. Jeez.
So the SWAT team rolls out to close things here at Centerburg, as that puts a bow on a nice win here for Mount Gilead. They end up blowing things open by 20. 51-31 your final score. We'll take a timeout. We will be back with some final stats for you guys, along with a interview with our player of the game, who I believe we have decided is going to be sophomore Candace Millisor of Mount Gilead. So stick around for that. Plus, we'll go back inside the eye of the storm. That coming up after the break.
I'm glad we saved money with that discount agent. I don't know why nobody else wanted this place.
Knox is the third place I have delivered. And hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
Welcome back to the eye of the storm, and for the second half, Mount Gilead set up a black whole inside of the painted area, a ton of blocks, 8 total on tonight. Just an incredible defensive game. They also had a ton of steals, which led to a ton of Centerburg turnovers. So truly a defensive showcase for Mount Gilead tonight. Just an impressive showing from them on both sides, and Centerburg still desperate for their first win on the season, but that will do it for the Eye of the Storm tonight. Going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with our player of the game interview and some ending stats. You have been watching High School Hoops live and free on the OH Report.
I'm glad we saved money with that discount agent. I don't know why nobody else wanted this place.
Knox is the third place I have delivered. And hands down, it has been the best.
We're thankful that we received excellent care so close to home.
Knox Community Hospital welcomes you to our new freestanding birthing center where you can safely labor, deliver, and recover in a state-of-the-art birthing suite.
It was empowering, and I couldn't think of a better place to bring Parker into the world.
Knox Community Hospital, elevating care.
Back with our player of the game, none other than Candace Millizer. This brought to you by the Animal Station drive-thru. And Candace, you girls got off to a hot start here tonight, and I feel like that's been a trend in the games that I've seen. How big is that for this Mount Gilead team, getting out to an early lead?
Oh my god. It's pretty, I can't do it. I don't want to.
You're going to do great, Candace. You're going to do great. So just scoring in bunches at the beginning of the game, getting you guys out to the early lead. Do you feel like it's important for you guys to play from the head? Are you more confident and comfortable when you don't have to come back from an early deficit?
Yes, we do better when we play ahead.
And for you personally, 11 points tonight. You lead the way for the squad. Tell me about your development as just a sophomore, and how far has your game come so far this year?
It's gotten a lot better throughout the games.
You and then your teammate Madeline Elson, who was another sophomore, was my player of the game pick from last week against Danville. Talk about the 1-2 punch of you girls mixed in with the other seniors, and how cool is it to have another sophomore in the starting lineup with you?
It's pretty good. We play really good together. We've been playing ball for a while.
Well, you sweep Centerburg here tonight, knock them off 2 times. Tell me about the satisfaction playing a rival team and then getting 2 wins over them.
It's pretty good.
Where do you feel like you girls fit in the mix here in the KMAC? I know that you're right in the middle. Well, where do you feel like you belong? Are you about the second best team from what you've seen so far this year?
Yeah, I feel like we're getting there.
What, in your opinion, would you have to do to take that next step and get up to the top where you're competing with a team like Cardington Lincoln?
Play together as a team and just keep playing hard.
All right, well, congratulations on a big win tonight. Candace Millizer, our Animal Station Player of the Game. Thanks so much, Candace.
Oh my gosh.
So let's go ahead and take a look at the final stats of the night now, where shooting definitely was not at a premium for either side, or was, I should say. Just 13% from the floor from downtown tonight for Mount Gilead, 8% for Centerburg from beyond the arc. And points in the paint is where we thought that the Lady Indians could do their best work. They did, Travis. They shot 43% to just 25 for Centerburg, so that height differential and having the athletes with the size advantage and just overall just bigger physical specimens, I would say, you know, it really paid off.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, offensive rebounding. Centerburg cut into that offensive rebounding advantage. It was 14-11, but that was because Centerburg, I think, at the end had 2 possessions where they had 3 offensive rebounds at the same time. 14-11, and then defensively 20 for Mount Gilead, 23 for Centerburg, 34 all, which, I mean, it's surprising, but, you know, with the turnovers, Centerburg unable to make the, you know, shoot from beyond the arc, shoot from inside, anywhere pretty much for them. I know Mount Gilead unable to hit from beyond the arc, but that inside game really canceled that out and really didn't make it matter.
And so for the Lady Trojans now, it's 10 consecutive defeats. You talked about the fact that they don't have a basketball player per se on their roster. Not any of these players really consider it their number one sport. It's a lot of athletes that come together, fight for, you know, a common goal to come out here and win. They just haven't been able to get it done, but they're a super scrappy team. What do you take away from tonight's game and really from what we've seen about the last month and a half since they haven't been able to get over the top and get a win but still play hard?
Well, it all comes down to the start of quarters for them. They drop, you know, they're down 7-0 to start the game. Already in that deep hole, they try to dig themselves out. They cut it down to 6 points at one point, but, you know, get to the second quarter, same thing happens. They have to claw their way back. Beginning of the third quarter, actually the whole third quarter, they were outscored 12-4. It was 12-2. They started picking it up defensively and held them Mount Gilead to 0 points in the final 4 minutes, but they just couldn't score to, you know, equal that out. So it was a 12-4 third quarter, and then fourth quarter 13-8. But I mean, you get a couple of those breakaway layups late by Mount Gilead when it didn't matter. That's what really ballooned that out. But they just have to start quarters stronger than they have, and they would be. I mean, that's the difference.
And then final thoughts on Mount Gilead and what you think about the Lady Indians. They have a pretty nice collective unit. They go about 9 deep, good size and height on the interior, and they have guards that when they're playing well, it all comes together for them. Just, I think sometimes they play a bit too fast, probably overly aggressive. But what's your thoughts on them?
You know, I like the play of Irwin off the bench. I said it in the game. If they are off to a slow start, she can be that spark. If they can hit from beyond the arc, they only hit 2 threes tonight. If they can hit those shots from beyond the arc, hit those rainbows, get the Skittles, as you would say, that would help them out. All they needed tonight was the inside presence. But in a game, say, against a Cardington Lincoln, you're going to need a complete offensive showcase by them. So, you know, threes were a problem tonight, but if they can correct that, they're going to be able to compete and possibly come out with a second-place finish in the KMAC.
Yeah, certainly our player of the game feels as though they're right there on the cusp at being on the verge of competing with a team like Cardington Lincoln, but I think it would be a real testament for them to finish number 2 in this league, which in the middle is very competitive, I would say, for about a 3-4 team little area right there. Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight in the heart of Ohio at Centerburg, where it is a 51-31 victory for the Mount Gilead Lady Indians, who have now won 3 consecutive games in a row. I'm Brian Skronsky. This is Travis Brardy. We want to thank all of you out there for watching and thank our amazing staff for making tonight's game happen, including our all-star team of camera people. Storm Blunchley down on the floor.
The eye of the storm.
Doing double duty tonight up top. We had Garrett Parlett. our amazing stud, standout star of an intern, Austin, here in the building, keeping us up to date with our stats and then also our percentages, and then Adam Thompson building all the graphics and directing for us tonight. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you on a live stream again tomorrow night. We'll be over at Upper Sandusky. We out for now.